Hi, this is Attila16 and this is a video of Wargame Airland battle. So in this video what I'll show you is my American deck, which I will qualify as being my regular US deck as opposed to a specialized one. So it's only restricted to US, but there's no other bonus. So I will explain to you here the reasoning behind all the choice I did for this deck. So there's 34 different units in this, and I will explain why. So I have a Super Chinook in my logistic, and this is a very practical tool to resupply your troops quickly, and it can also receive some enemy fire, but it's mostly the fact that it has 2000 liter of supplies, which is very helpful. You can bring this where you need it quickly also. I have a normal CP since I'm playing a lot of 10v10, and this has 6 command vehicle, which is good, and it's also mobile up to a certain point, and at the same time, since you know that we will likely lose one in the worst case scenario, well, this is the least expensive one, so it's affordable to lose. Then I use the M35 Cargo, which is inexpensive. It doesn't carry much supplies, only 500, but you can afford to lose them once again, because when you bring cargoes, usually around anti-air weaponry, it's very likely that the enemy will do airstrike nearby, and if you buy an expensive supply truck, you will likely lose it. So there's a good argument toward reducing the risk by dividing on multiple trucks. When it comes to infantry, I'm using Marine, which are reliable troops to capture buildings, and in this case I'm using the LAV 25, which is an extremely good vehicle, extremely mobile, and it has a Bushmaster with 25mm rounds, and it's really effective against both chopper, infantry, and light vehicle. You will be able to kill plenty with that one. And the infantry itself is fairly reliable. It has 8 anti-tank rounds, so that's pretty good, as well as a static M60 to suppress the enemy once entrenched, essentially. Then I use SO Engineer, and this is it's actually a very specialized unit. You use that mostly in the wood, and this will kill any enemy infantry you'll meet in the wood. I'm using them with veteran. No, I'm true. Yeah, okay. I'm trained. They are just trained, and I'm using an M113A1, which has just a machine gun, which is right there. And this vehicle seems like a fast moving, faster than the truck, and can receive a little punishment, but it's mostly a convenient way to get off-road and bring them into the forest. So that's for this. Also here I use a Dragon 2 in a Blackhawk, and the reason for that is that ATGM unit are most effective in defensive position, and with the Blackhawk you want to bring them as fast as possible into their defensive position. So you use Blackhawk to get there quickly, land there quickly before the enemy can get there, and from there you'll be able to shoot at the incoming enemy vehicle from afar. Also, I'm using the Dragon 2 because this is a reliable anti-tank. It has a fairly good accuracy and an acceptable AP power, but of course you'll need to resupply it. It only has 8 rounds. It's not the best ATGM out there, but at least you'll have an ATGM, which is better than nothing. Then I use some more Marines, and this time in the first UE that you can have. And the reason for that is that this is the troops which I'll bring along with my ATGM unit, and I use the first UE because it has a minigun as well as rockets, so it's good to suppress enemy infantry or early light vehicle which might show up as you're trying to capture the town. Then I use the LAAD Stinger infantry, which is right there. And this is actually a I chose this one because it has good accuracy, also good range, and it's a good anti-air unit. And I combine this with actually an M2A1 Bradley IFV, and it's a good combination because the Bradley is an amazing vehicle against tank, and your anti-air infantry is really good when you hide them into forest and that kind of stuff. So and they will also be effective at defending your Bradleys against enemy choppers as well as enemy planes. So this is a good combination, and even for offensive purpose. Of course, the infantry it's not really fighting well against land stuff, but the thing is that this is a mobile anti-air unit which you can move effectively. So I think that's a good choice. Let's move for support. So I use the Chaparral M48A1 Chaparral, and this is a very good infrared guided anti-air, and the range on it against chopper is 3.5 kilometer, so that's really far, and against airplane it's 2.8 kilometer. So I think this is an anti-air which is really good against chopper from afar, and with the kind of chopper superiority we have lately, that might be a really good idea to use. Then I use the M727 Nighthawk, and this is actually the best anti-air in the NATO arsenal, and this one has a really good range against plane. So this is your plane defense, and I use two group of them this way. I have 8 Chaparral and 12 Hawk, and as a result that provide me a pretty good anti-air. On top of that, with my infantry which is anti-air, that's a good complement. In terms of tank, I use Starship here, the first type, so M60A2 E-High Starship, and this is very good because of the missile on it. Also you have 16 of them. This is a good defensive tank. It's really inexpensive as well. You can have it for 35 points. So that's a good thing that you can call in great quantity very quickly at the beginning, or when you need it to defend the position. Also, yeah, it has an okay cannon that it can use against infantry. Yeah, there's the other type, which is this one, which has an autocannon. That might be a good idea, a 20mm autocannon, but it's a little more expensive, and with the amount of airstrike you might receive, I think the less expensive version, which is this one, might be a better idea. Then I use an MBT-70, which is once again a kind of tank which I will use for defensive or engagement at very long range because of the missile. It only has 4 missiles though, while the Starship has 9, but this one is interesting. The MBT-70 is good because it has a pretty good armor. It can face very well heavy enemy tank, and that's a good idea to have. Then I use the Abram M11P Abram, so that that's your middle of the Abrams. So it's interesting because you can have it in good quantity while having a pretty good quality overall. It's a really good armor piercing power, good accuracy, and fine stabilizer. It's like your main battle tank that you'll use for offensive purpose, without being the most expensive one, which you'll have in smaller number, which is this one. But I think the middle range of Abrams is a good choice for quantity. Then you have this tank right here, which is what I will qualify as a very specialized tank. This is a tank which you can actually use as artillery at the moment, and it has a very big caliber and a lot of HE power, so it's really good to bombard your enemies which are not in direct visual contact with your unit. So it's good to clear anything which is down a hill or up a hill on the slope of the hill. So that's a very specialized tool, but it can be very useful, and you have 8 of them. So it's a kind of very short range artillery. Here in Recon I'm using Bradleys, and the best type that you can have, which is right here, M3A1 Bradley CFV, and the reason for that is that it's actually a very good fighting machine against tank. Then I'm using the Kiowa, which has Hellfire, so the best type of Kiowa. This is a very good chopper for Recon because it has exceptional optic, but on top of that it has 4 missile Hellfire, which are fire and forget, so you can engage the enemy from afar. So you spot them first, fire your missile, get out of there without waiting for your missile to hit or not. It's a really mobile striking force, which you can complete it with an Apache if you want, but I don't do that in this game. In this deck, I mean. Here in the vehicle, I'm not using any vehicle because I can rely on pretty much on the rest of my deck. In terms of helicopter, I use the OH-58CS, which is actually anti-air. It's used for Stinger. It's really good against chopper, essentially. So it's a kind of practical tool to intercept enemy chopper rush. Then I use the AH-1W Super Cobra, which is a version of the Cobra which has anti-air capacity, and it can fire 2 AIM-9 missile, so that's really good against chopper once again. So it's a good tool to support your advance if you make a chopper rush like I do. Now, in terms of plane, I'm using the F-16. This one has cluster bomb, and this is a really practical tool to destroy any static enemy with cluster bomb. And I have 2 of them in this group. Then I'm using the Strike Eagle, which is you only have 1 of them, but and it costs you quite a bit. But this is a very useful tool to destroy large amount of light vehicle and infantry, but the thing is that you need to be really careful about it because it's since you only have 1 of them, be careful. But this thing, if you use it right, you can be extremely deadly with it. Then I use the F-117 Nighthawk, which is a stealth bomber. I have access to that because I'm specialized with the US. And this is a very practical plane when you see an enemy offensive or something coming your way, and you want to drop a bomb without necessarily being receive quite a bit of enemy anti-air. So it's another plane which you'll use carefully. At the same time, you need to be aware of enemy interceptor. But if you use it well, its bomb can destroy quite a bit of enemy and be very effective. It's very good to destroy enemies in town, for example, or in forest, infantry. And also, since it drops a bomb which is guided, the accuracy is really good. It's a fire and forget bomb, so it will track the target, which is very good. Then I use a Prowler. The Prowler is a plane which will suppress the enemy defense, essentially air defense, anti-air defense, I should say. And this has 4 anti-radar missile, essentially. And this plane doesn't go fast. The ECM is really good. But what's really nice about it is the amount of missile. It has 4 missile, which it can fire pretty quickly. Then I use the F-15 Eagle. 15C Eagle, which I only have one. But this thing is like a really good ninja, essentially. So, and it fire aim 120A, which are fire and forget, which mean that you can engage multiple air target at the same time, which you cannot do with the other Eagle. At the same time, you only have one of them, so that make it very vulnerable in a way, and it also means that the enemy will target them first. So let's go try this deck, and I'll show you how I use it, and you tell me what you think of it, and if you want to give it a try, go ahead. Okay, so I'll be testing this deck into a 10v10, and I seem to be starting in the middle, which is a good position to start in for my deck. And what I'll do here is I will actually first of all capture Echo, and I will deploy infantry on both sides of Echo. It will lock down the center. At least that's what I hope. Here what I'll do is I'll use what can I use here? I guess I'll use Super Cobra, and I will also bring in well, I guess more Super Cobra. No, I cannot. I'll bring those OH-58, which are anti-air as well. So what I'll do is, first of all, with my choppers, I will capture those down. And then with my Super Cobra and my OH-58, I will hopefully destroy any enemy chopper which might be coming our way. And then what we'll do is... actually, here I have a trouble. Nobody else is leaving a command vehicle, which means that I will have to live without my my entire chopper here. So I will have to rely exclusively on my Super Cobra, which might be bad news, but anyway, we'll manage. So what I'll do is I'll simply go capture those down. And I will use my Super Cobra to provide air-to-air capacity, although there are only two, and it's very likely that the enemy planes will target them. So we'll see about how it goes with this. Not sure it will be such a brilliant move, but still. Okay, so I'll move my troops into that town over there. And over here. And I think what you need to notice here is the position where I send each specific type of unit. Because it's really done with a good understanding of how the battle will happen. So I'm sending Marines at the tip of the town. This way these will actually fight any enemies which will come close. Then I have my ATGM, which are on position where they might have an angle on incoming enemy vehicle or tank, or even chopper. But at the same time, they will be able to fire from afar. That's the aim of it. And now I will shoot down those Mi-24, hopefully. Since my Super Cobra have 4 infrared missile, I hope that this will be enough. At the same time, the enemy has some Ka-29, which are actually really good chopper for air-to-air. But my Super Cobra might be able to compensate that. So I did destroy the 2 enemy MI, but there's still more enemies to come. And here I did a big mistake. I totally neglected my command vehicle here, which is something you should not do. Oh, now the enemy is bringing anti-air chopper. So I will pull back my Super Cobra, which spent all their anti-air capacity. And I will land my Marine nonetheless. And also, since the enemy has been targeting my Super Cobra in priority, it did allow me to shoot down a few of those troops. There's still quite a bit of enemy chopper, as you can see here. So here what I'll do is I'll try to capture this area first. We'll bring more anti-air choppers, because that seemed to be heading to be quite an air battle here at the beginning. At the same time, when you look at it, I did manage to secure those towns so far, because I'm not too sure that I'll be able to maintain this. Especially on the right side, they seem to be very chopper oriented. Alright, so let's see. Good, we have a Martyr rolling, which is managing to shoot down many enemies over there. So here what I need is truly infantry. I guess the enemy is now turning his back on the left side, and he will focus his attention on the right side. So I will follow him in that direction. I will also bring my anti-air choppers, which I will hopefully use to destroy those Mi-24. At the same time, it's possible that the enemy brought some anti-air, we'll see. I'll bring some chaparral in order to potentially destroy those dangerous chopper. At the same time here, my allies seem to have managed to deploy a few Delta Force, which is a good news for me, because that means that my right flank will be busy elsewhere. And now you see the effectiveness of those OH-58, which are literally slaughtering the enemy choppers. But now I should probably pull back. Yeah, we'll pull back. It's too dangerous. At the same time, now it might be a good idea to bring my F-15C Eagle. But it's hard to say truly, because now there's a land attack. Well, I don't know if there will be an air attack which will come against me again. So my marine are now fighting incoming enemies over there. Well, I see a command vehicle appearing on that side over there. Alright, so moving my vehicle in here. So now I'm kind of bugged about what I should bring, because I'm not sure what kind of a position I'm facing here. I guess I'll bring the Eagle. I think I'll call some help on the side here, because might be difficult. Here the Delta Force are destroying incoming enemy vehicle, which is a smart move. What I'll do here is I will actually bring some supplies. Okay, nice. Our ally actually managed to cut off the enemy reinforcements. While here I will be looking very carefully about what's going on, because I have my Eagle which is patrolling. But at the same time there's anti-air which are shooting him. But the thing is that yeah, okay, I will pull him back. Starting to get damage. So what I'll do now is I will bring a Nighthawk. I'll make sure that he comes from the rear, and I'm not sure, but I think it's likely that the enemy command vehicle will be over there. Okay, I have my chaparral which are now near the town here, so that should be a very good thing for me. I will pull back my command vehicle from there. Well, here I will actually bring my anti-air chopper closer there. And I will bring my Super Cobra in. I have my bomb from my stealth bomber, which just dropped on the area there, but turns out there wasn't any command vehicle here. So what I'll do now instead is that I will scout with my Blackhawk. Sadly, they didn't manage to find out where our command vehicle was. No, I did not manage to see where the enemy command vehicle was, which is unfortunate. But now we really do need to do something about this place here. So I think what I'll do is I will bring in some Rangers. Rangers are very fast moving infantry, so it's recommended to use them in some case. We actually do have Leopard 2 here. Or is that it? Well, anyway. Now the problem here is that I did lose my ATGM units, which would have been pretty good to use. The enemy is now bombarding the town, which is empty at this point. Well, here I seem to be pretty safe, so I guess now my focus will truly be on the right side. Okay, I'll move my Super Cobra on that side here. The hope is to intercept those chopper over there. Well, here I will land my Rangers. Okay, there we go. We should be able to destroy those MI. Actually, I will prioritize the destruction of yeah, that other one, which was behind, because that was an anti-air chopper. And I will pull back here to rearm with this. I will bring my anti-air chopper closer. Well, here I seem to have lost a few infantry units. I guess one thing, yeah, what I'll do here is I will bring in engineer, which are amazing for wood combat. So that should be a very effective way to do it. Same time here I will bring marines, which I'll deploy into the wood here. I will unload them there, and I will enter the town there. On this side there seem to be some Spetsnaz which are coming there, so I will make a stealth bomber strike on them. Although I'm pretty sure my marine can deal with that, but I can use a stealth bomber now. And anyway, soon I'll have access to a Strike Eagle, which is extremely expensive, by the way. Alright, so my Rangers are now at the edge of the forest, but they don't have a visual on anything useful for me at the moment. So we'll pull them back, and I will actually move them on the top of the hill right there. The enemy is bringing some anti-air. These are actually radar anti-air, so that might be a good target for my Prowler. So I think I will perhaps give the Prowler a small try just to show you guys. Might be able to destroy a few enemies. Well, here the enemy is bombarding my town now, which is something I was expecting. Okay, so let's see the Prowler. What will he do? First of all, is he in range? No, doesn't seem in range for this. Now what's interesting about the location here is that my Prowler might be flying above this and then getting back behind the hill. But no, actually, I think I will pull him back. He's too exposed to enemy anti-air, and there seem to be quite a few. He got killed actually. That just show you. The thing is that many people are actually investing themselves in a very good anti-air in this game, which can be a very good idea, but at the same time they have very few of them. So as a result, it can have very mixed result. If you lose it, it's over. While if you keep it, well, good for you. Okay, I'll move in my SO engineer, which are extremely good in the wood. Alright, there we go. Now, a good portion of the action seems to be going on the side here. I think I will bring in some well, entire capacity in my F-15. And I will provide some assistance to my allies over there. So, chasing down the enemy here. I'll try to destroy that dolphin. Although it's probably not worth risking my F-15 for that. Okay, let's get back into the action here. So my SO engineer are now fighting some infantry here. It's a good thing that I did bring my troops there, although I lost some rangers, which is very unfortunate. So let's see, destroy this. Excellent. At the same time, it's kind of risky to keep moving, so what I'll do is once I'm on the top of the hill, I will halt my troops and I will spread them around. Okay, there we go. Destroying this type of infantry. Now the only downside to all this is that my SO engineer are actually pretty weak against enemy chopper. At the same time, the enemy chopper Mi-8T does need to have a good angle in order to be well, to have an angle on my troops essentially. Now the problem though is that I did lose quite a few engineers in that climb, so I will bring more. So let's destroy this enemy here. It's a fight that we don't really see, but the thing is that SO engineer have a kind of napalm launcher, which is very deadly to the enemy. Okay, so there seems to be quite an attack about to happen on that town there. I think I should likely reinforce my infantry in there, so I'll bring some infantry in LAV-29. At the same time, well, there's this T-80B which I might want to destroy. I have my chaparral which are destroying the enemy choppers, and my marine are doing a very nice job on those T-80. And I have a Nighthawk which is about to drop a bomb on those T-80 as well, and hopefully he won't get destroyed. So let's see about that. Yeah, it wasn't destroyed. And the bomb just blew up at least one enemy unit. While here my marine are intercepting those BMP-2D. Turns out that I actually do have a pretty good defense there. Okay, I'll move my LAV on the other side of the town here. While here I will actually call in my Strike Eagle and I will bombard this forest. My LAV range now is paying off. While my marine here are actually killing those T-80 with their close range weapon. Now let's see. Nope, that's a bad thing. Got one of my chaparral units. and I actually lost my Strike Eagle, which is very unfortunate, but I can call in another one. So let's call in another one. And let's hope for no interception this time. So let's see about that. There seems to be an attack on the other side here as well. Well, my troops are really slaughtering the enemy. Not even sure if the Strike Eagle roll will be useful at all. Oh yes, it is. It even killed a few of my own troops. Okay, my chaparral need to be resupplied, so I'll bring my Super Chinook, which is really fast and will be useful in this case. Well, here I will pull back my Eagle. Yeah, that's quite a lot of firepower which is falling on me. I think they are focusing on me somehow. At the same time, they seem to be having quite a bit of losses from this whole thing. I'll bring my Super Cobra back in. Okay, I guess I won't do anything more here. I will spread out my Marines which are in that town here. We'll pull back my chaparral here. Might have to call a Strike Eagle on those TD though. How about some KO on this? Okay, let's drop in some bombs. I guess by the time my Strike Eagle will arrive here, we'll have resolved this. Yeah, that's quite a bit of enemies over there. Oh nice, my Strike Eagle just managed to destroy at least 2 T-80. Now my anti-air chopper are engaging the enemy, but might be risking too much there. Okay, I'll move my ASSO infantry here. While here I should probably disengage my troops. My KO actually. Okay, there seems to be quite a chase for my KO. I guess I will have to resolve this. Well, here I will try to finish off yeah, I'll pull back my my F-15C Eagle. He did his purpose. Okay, now as a result of this, I did kill a substantial amount of enemies. And I will continue this with the stealthy strike on the enemy position right here. Okay, well here I'll move my troops on that side. I have some a chaparral which is on its way here. The enemy is actually likely about to do what? Okay, he will land some troops in there. Okay, now you can see that my Nighthawk just destroyed a substantial amount of enemies. And now my Strike Eagle is about to drop some stuff on potential infantry in there, and there you go. I don't know what were these, but that was amazing. Okay, what I'll do now is I guess I'll bring my Bradleys, since I do have quite a bit of points. I have a chaparral here. I guess I will bring these as a bait. I don't know. Not sure why I'm even moving these. Okay, I'll move my engineer in there. And now I'm a little lost about where are my Super Cobra. Where did I put these? Yeah, I have no idea. I probably did lose them while I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so there's a T-80 in there. I guess I'll call in F-16, but my Kiowa will likely be able to take care of that by themselves. So I'll call back my my F-16. I'll bring in some more chaparral as well as some more Hawk. I will make a proper air-to-air defense. With my Kiowa here, I will actually pull them back into rearming, so that will be over there. While here I will spread out my SO engineer in order to be a pain for the enemy, so that they won't ever have control over this area. Now the enemies seem to be shifting their focus on the other side. So here I will deploy my Bradleys. At the same time, I guess I should do something about that. Okay, I will send my chaparral over there in order to provide some anti-air defense. But at the same time, I'm not particularly worried about that side, because I still have this ally which is taking care of it. Okay, so I guess my chaparral will just continue on their way over there. While here, I guess I'll advance slowly but surely. I will disembark my anti-air, and I will make my Bradley go quickly into the town. But no, actually we won already. So I did a pretty good game. I did not use much tank because it was contextual, but I think overall we did pretty well in this. I had 3,868 points for kills, and I lost 2,605. So that was pretty good. Let's see. I can see that my Nighthawk did kill quite a few enemies. Marine did well as well. And I did lose quite a bit of troops, but overall I think that was a pretty fine game, and we won by a substantial margin of 5,000, because I think the rest of the team was doing well as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that was instructive, and I'll see you around.